You ready?
No.
Okay, you start whenever you want to start.
What was he?
Hi, my name is Ginna, and this is my story.
Do I look at the camera?
It doesn't matter. You can look at the camera, you can look away, it doesn't matter.
Hi, my name is Ginna, and this is my story. Middle school was pretty hard for me because, it's the stage that you just trying to find who you are and what you like, what you want, and what you need. And I didn't know any of that. And I had a hard time with my personality because one year I acted like I was shy. And then one year I was funny, outgoing. I would just jump back and forth. Really wouldn't switch it up because I was always afraid of what other people thought about me. So after a while, when I went to 8th grade, that was when I started getting the hang of who I was. I started just finding out a bit about who I was. And I was learning more about myself until one day I found out that one of my friends had committed suicide. And it was on May 6th, May 5th, no, May 3rd, 2017. It was, I think, on Wednesday. I had woke up and went to school, and I woke up to people saying some weird stuff on Snapchat, saying like RIP and stuff, and I didn't know what it was. Thought it was something stupid until I got to school. And the moment I walked into that building, everything just felt like a depressing environment, and I didn't know why. So when I went to class, I remember one of my friends had asked me if I knew what was going on, and I said no, I don't know anything that's going on. And that's when she told me that my friend had committed suicide. And I have known him since 6th grade. He was a really good friend of mine. He was really nice, very caring. There was a lot of people who said a lot of stuff about him behind his back, and I was there. A lot of bad stuff, but I never understood why they would say those things, because he was just really nice. He was nice to everyone. There was not anybody that he was really rude to. He accepted everybody the way they were, but not everybody accepted him the way he was. But when I found out that he had committed suicide, I didn't want to believe it, because, I was young. I was only like 12 years old. I didn't know anything. And I just felt like this is just not a good time, because I'm like barely learning about myself, and then this happens. So during that time, I fell into depression, because if I called myself his friend, why wasn't I there? Why didn't I ever text him if he was okay? Why didn't I even think about how he felt, even if he seemed fine to me? I kept blaming myself, putting myself down. And at that moment, before my friend committed suicide, there were times where I had wanted to commit suicide as well. I felt so bad, and now after my friend committed suicide, I started regretting the thoughts of me committing suicide, because the feeling that I felt when I lost him was something that I didn't want anybody else to feel. And I felt guilty because, there has been times where I have wanted to commit suicide. And it's just hard to have someone you knew for a while, and then next thing you know, they're not going to be there anymore. You can't see them. You can't ever text. can't ever text them. You can't graduate with them. You know, you can't finish high school with them or make any more memories with them. But I remember after that happened, I didn't go to his funeral, even though, like, now I regret not going because I didn't think I was strong enough to go. And I mean, to this day, I still haven't visited him at all. And I feel bad that I don't, but it's just that I just can't. And I remember every night I would cry and I would sometimes I would wake up and my eyes are all puffy and I would just tell my dad that I just didn't sleep good. But I would cry a lot. And I would always pray for God to forgive his sins that he has made on this earth so he could rest in peace and just to be okay. And then I went into high school. I was still pretty sad because he's not going to be there. And throughout high school, I was healing through that process. I was having the healing process, and I was trying to find who I was again, because that person just was lost, and I couldn't find it. And then I started gaining my strength back. I started gaining my personality back, gaining who I am back. And until July 2nd, 2019, I had another friend who committed suicide again. He was about to be a senior. He was in my Spanish class, and I remember he would play around with me. He would joke around with me and my other friends. He would play around with the teacher, and it was my first class of the day, so that was like a good class to start the day off with. And I don't know, it was just the best class. And when I found out that he committed suicide, I was shocked. And I didn't want to believe it again. It was something that, on my first friend that committed suicide, I told myself that I had to learn from that. I had to learn from that battle. And I had to learn that even though people seem like they're fine, I have to make sure that they're okay. I have to ask them if they're okay, whether if it's somebody that I don't know, or if it's my friend, just anybody. I promised myself that I wouldn't make the same mistake of not asking them if they're okay that I did with my first friend. But after this one, I felt like I failed that promise that I made to myself because I had let another friend down. And it's just, I didn't want to feel that feeling again, and now it's coming back, and I feel terrible because I wasn't able to ask him if he was okay. And as a friend, I felt like I failed my job as a friend to him for not asking him if he's okay. I have even people that I don't talk to anymore now. Even people I don't even know, I would ask them if they're okay. Like, no matter what, because, I mean, even if I don't know you, even if I won't ever talk to you, I know how it feels to have a friend to have a friend that you're never going to see again. Like, it's not like that person's just on the other side of the world, but this person is gone. Like, you can't ever see him ever again. So I would feel bad if someone I didn't know had committed suicide, because I know how those people that knew who they were and were friends with that person, I know how they feel. Nowadays, it's a part of life. It happens. And, you know, like, it may be hard. Like, there are days where you just remember that person. You remember all the memories you had with that person. There are days where they'll come back and they'll hit you, but no matter what you do, I mean, you can't ever bring that person back. And I'm sure that person wouldn't want you to be miserable your whole life because of them, because then you're not letting them rest easily. I mean, just a little act of kindness could change anything, no matter how small it is.
Okay. Thank you.
Yay!